Good morning, I'm Lindi and welcome to GMNC. We're coming to you from Landman Resort in Ballito and we're excited to bring you another fun and exciting hour-long show. This morning's show starts with the regular weather and surf report brought to you by Victory Surf, followed by our daily inspiration segment. But before that, I'd like to thank Landman, the Hair Shack, Puza Water for being our morning show sponsors.
Good morning and welcome to your weather for today, brought to you by Victory Surf. We'll have a couple of morning showers, otherwise cooler with partial sunshine with a high of 18 degrees and a low of 8 degrees. The real feel will be 17 degrees and the real feel shade also 17 degrees. We have a west-southwesterly wind at 9 kilometers per hour and wind gusts at 32 kilometers per hour. The sunrise will be at 6:47 a.m. and the sunset at 5:03 p.m. Also 70% chance of showers today. Joburg, cool with sunshine with a high of 13 degrees and a low of 0 degrees. Pretoria, sunny with a high of 17 degrees and a low of 1 degrees. And then Cape Town, mostly sunny with a high of 16 degrees and a low of 6 degrees. Next up will be your surf report brought to you by Deon Bosman.
Good morning, Ballito, and welcome to Wednesday morning's beach report and an overview for the long weekend ahead. We've got a public holiday tomorrow, and today we've got that great southwesterly arriving at about 9 o'clock this morning, a nice buster southwest, which will only blow for about an hour or two. There is a bit of cloud cover and a bit of rain around, so when that wind does arrive, it's going to be very, very chopped up and messy, but it's going to push a lot of swell into the bay. So main beach and the bog are going to be really, really big by this afternoon, around 2 to 3 meters. And that wind's going to come through again late this afternoon and blow the whole of Thursday, the public holiday, and then be superb on Friday morning. So keep an eye for Friday morning being the best of the bunch. I would say today there's a bit of a gap at around 3 o'clock this afternoon with just a light northwesterly breeze, but then that southwester buster hits us again. And then the whole of Thursday looks a little bit blown out, but lots and lots of swell around. So if you're brave enough, get out there and enjoy your long weekend.
Hi Ballito, I'm Tanya. I'm the lady from So It Seems Benina in Ballito. You can find us in Richard Park, right across from the Hirsch. The new shop, it's 3 times bigger than the old shop. We have lots more fabric, a lot more haberdashery items. If you can't sew, I will teach you how to sew. I have an additional teacher that helps us sew, and we have a fabulous space upstairs. Looking for a Benina machine or a Bonnet? I will sort you out with that one. In this little area, we do everything. We service the sewing machine, we service the overlocker. We fix it up for you. Within a week, you'll have it back. While you go through the pattern books, we have a coffee shop in-house called Buttonless Coffee. You can have a coffee or a snack to eat while you do your pattern searching, fabric searching, or sewing upstairs with us. See you soon!
Welcome back to GMNC, and in studio I have the wise Tony Subramony, and we're chatting about the two worlds that we live in this morning. Welcome back, Tony.
Yes, Patricia, thank you for having me back here.
Awesome. So interesting topic, the two worlds we live in.
Yeah, but I must compliment the new environment, the new atmosphere and the excitement that I'm sensing here as well too. And that leads on to what I want to talk about this morning. So I just want to indulge the viewers into the topic of the fact that we live in two worlds at the same time. I didn't know that. You know, I was born and grown up to believe that this is the world we live in. It's crazy as it can be. But the reality about it is that we live in two worlds at the same time. It's the outer world and the inner world. Very often we condition to look at the outer world, which conditions us as to how we live our lives.
Right.
So we have a dull day out there. We say, oh, what a dull day. I can't do washing. I can't put the, the clothing out.
It's going to rain. I can't go outside.
No. So that's it. Then we look at the price of petrol and oh, that's another story. What's happening in Russia? It's all of that stuff. But the reality about how we actually manage it, and my colleague was talking about this the other day, how do we raise our vibration, is to focus predominantly on the inner world we have.
Right.
The inner world is the world that we have control over. Now, what is this inner world? This inner world is about our emotion, our well-being, and the way we look at life.
Our perspective,
we are
right?
supposed to be known as co-creators, not regurgitators. So what happens often is that we look at the outside world and we regurgitate what the world offers us. We need to create our own world. So I want to just take this time to actually, encourage the viewers and inspire them as to how we actually create our own world. When we look at our own world on the inside, we have this ability to increase the vibration, raise the frequency of how we're feeling. Now, very often we actually have negative thoughts. Now, I want to encourage the viewers to stop inviting our negative thoughts for biscuit and tea. Right? Let me explain what it is. We have this negative thought that enters, and we're sitting and having a full-on conversation with this negative thought, and we just mess up our day. So all we need to do, it's very simple. All we need to say is, thanks for visiting, now you may leave. It's literally talking to negative messages or thoughts. So when you start to look at it, it's quite hilarious, but it makes a lot of sense because you're creating that vibration to say, thank you for coming, but you're not going to stay.
Can we do that with people as well?
We can do that with people as well, but be very respectful
Polite.
as we do that, because we're looking at people who are toxic, right? But we don't want to be disrespectful. It's so important to understand what is our inner world all about, right? And when we start to understand that everything we're looking for, everything that we so desire is within us, then you will feel so comfortable starting to look within. Because we can write tons and tons about what's going on in the world, right? One of the secrets I want to share is that I haven't watched the world news for going on to 6 years.
Wow.
I've not watched the news, right? And I've survived, I've actually improved, and I've really inspired myself to achieve results.
It's true. It's almost like we get sucked into
Yes.
it, right?
Yeah. The other thing is also, they say, show me your friends and I'll tell you your future.
Yes.
Be very careful of who you're associating with, right? Because you're going to get into that circle of people that you resonate with, and those are the ones that are positively inclined, the ones that are inspired, and the ones that are looking for different results in their lives, right? Avoid energy vampires, people that are sucking on your energy all the time. So this weekend coming up, I want to ask the viewers to take stock again, that's the homework, of who's actually adding value to your life and who's devaluing your life, right? So when we need to get rid of these people, it's not about just taking the shotgun and things like that, but it's about saying, thank you so much, but let it be. Let it be, because you're on a different journey, because you're on a journey inward rather than outward.
Definitely.
So this morning, I want to encourage the viewers, take time this weekend to look at how we're going to start focusing on the inner world rather than focusing on this crazy outer world that we live in. And the homework is, take stock.
Nice. That's
stock.
awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you, Tony. That was lovely as usual and very inspiring and practical. I love that it's practical. And you guys have homework, and me included.
You like it? Water paint. You like queuing to pay electricity? Don't think so. Water paint.
Wait, so I can use it?
Even if I'm on another network. VodaPay.
Off to do the monthly
Shopping. It's done.
Really? Yeah, Coco.
And we get rewards.
You like sending and receiving money now? How about when the combos communicate?
VodaPay it. You like good times with friends? VodaPay!
Introducing VodaPay, the one app for anything and everything. Like it, VodaPay it.
Welcome back. I'm sitting with Neville, our favorite. Neville, welcome to the show again.
Good morning.
I see today you've got some lovely presents for us.
Yes, yes. All too often I get a phone call saying, I've got a puff adder in my yard.
Yeah.
And, you know, we don't get puff adders inside the cane farming belt. So I just brought a night adder and a puff adder to show the public the difference.
Yeah.
And share a bit of information on both of them.
Okay, but before we get into that, is there anything significant happening around this time?
Yeah, it's the same as last week.
Mm-hmm.
Same as last week, just plugging away at it and getting ready. Holidays are around the corner. I believe I've got 11 working days to complete 3 cages.
Sure.
So yeah, it's getting down to the clamp now, you know. So
okay. All right, let's get to it. I see you've got something in your bag, and it's all coiled up. Is there any significant fact about anything significant or interesting about their position right now?
Well, coiled up is because they're enclosed and they're relatively comfortable.
Yeah.
And you know, if the snake's not in motion, it wants to occupy as little space as possible, so it's not as visible as possible.
All right.
You know, it's not an apex predator. It doesn't want something else to see it and be able to catch it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I will do that and set angles to catch more sunlight directly, get more heat out of, benefit more from the heat of the sunlight. So I do want to say just straight off, I may be forced to do some stuff that I would not necessarily advise anybody else to do.
Okay.
So a fair warning that this is a trained professional doing this and not just anybody who thinks he can handle snakes.
Sure.
And if you're not comfortable with snakes, you certainly shouldn't be doing this.
Sure.
Now this is a night adder, and it's a fairly large one.
Mm-hmm.
I say fairly large, sort of just a little over average.
Okay.
Key ID is that dark V marking on the back of the head.
Yeah.
But one of the things that you see is that the head is not really distinct from the body.
Yes, it looks the same, yeah.
And so this snake is very incorrectly named a night adder because A, it's not active at night.
Okay.
And B, it's not an adder.
Okay.
So, yeah, adders have got very marked keeled scales, which you'll see very clearly on the other guy.
Sure.
And they give live birth, whereas this has got this obvious velvety look.
Yeah, very velvety.
And feels velvety. Do you want to feel? No.
No.
Oh, okay. I won't push you on that one. But it doesn't have the keeled scales. That just shows you it doesn't have the keeled scales. And then the adders, of course, give live birth.
Okay.
Where these guys lay eggs.
Oh.
They do, however, have the hinged fangs that adders have.
Okay.
And the venom is pretty similar, not as potent.
Not as potent.
Yeah,
okay.
but a similar venom. The puff adder, on the other hand, this is a guy that we caught one of during the flooding.
Sure.
And so he obviously came down the Mshloti River from Hazelmere somewhere, because we know that there are a few around the Hazelmere area.
Okay.
Not really a significant snake inside the cane farming areas.
Okay.
So rare occasions like that flooding that brings them out.
Sure.
And you will notice that this has got a very broad head. You can see that very distinct from the rest of the body. It looks rough. It feels like a face brick.
Okay.
Very, very coarse. An extremely quick snake, much larger than a night adder. This is a sort of below average size puff adder, whereas that is a slightly above average size night adder.
Sure.
And the venom here is housed in huge venom glands along the side of the face and the neck.
Okay.
And it's a pretty potent venom that causes tremendous tissue damage and trauma.
Okay.
So a bite from this is a serious affair.
Yeah.
A bite from that,
not so serious.
Yeah. It's look, you're going to regret it. It's got the capacity to ruin your week. All right? Yeah. But this will ruin your month.
Yeah. It's so big. Tell us about the shape. Why is it thick and chunky?
It's an ambush predator. And so it's got these this explosive speed.
Okay.
This guy is the fastest striker in the snake world.
Wow.
He strikes at approximately 3.4 meters per second.
Sure.
So that is fairly rapid.
Yeah.
You know, there's very few guys that can move their hands at that speed.
Yeah, yeah.
And to add to that, you know, you've got to take reaction time into account.
Okay.
Now, you know how fast animals are. This thing will lie coiled, and the rat will progress in sight. It will strike out, and before that rat can even think of reacting, the strike's already connected.
Sure.
And very, very quick. Yeah. But a beautiful snake. I'm just going to turn it side on for the camera, so you can see, you can get a really nice view, although he does want to look into the camera, this dude. But the keeled scale is very obvious. Each scale has got a little ridge through it, like the bottom of an upturned boat. And you can see locomotion on this animal is more caterpillar style.
Yeah.
So when he moves off, he'll crawl more like a caterpillar, walking on his ribs. And it's only when he's really perturbed that he'll go into serpentine motion.
Okay.
Tracks are very easy to follow in these guys.
Okay, okay.
This one also has a male, so you can see the very long tail.
Okay.
Okay, there we go in caterpillar motion. I won't let him get anywhere near you. All right, but there you can see it. Very, very nice.
Okay, cool.
The danger sign from this guy is when he starts tilting his nose downwards like that.
Yeah.
That is when you get the clear message that it is now going to bite.
Oh, really? So it's time for...
Yeah, the eyes are you can almost not see the eyes. They're hidden in that dark eye band.
Yeah.
And they're situated fairly close to the top of the head.
Okay.
And in that, in order to see properly, this guy actually tilts his nose, and that gives him this
view.
Remember that teacher that was so grumpy that always looked at you over glasses like this?
That's him. Okay.
That's this dude.
All right.
And capable of really ruining your week.
Sure. And what would make him strike or bite?
Under normal conditions, they would go for food.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
But unfortunately, a camouflage expert, and so they sometimes remain hidden. People don't see them, and they stand on him.
Sure.
You know, he doesn't have the capacity of high locomotion speed. So what he wants to do is he wants to remain hidden. Remember that their senses are restricted to what they can basically feel.
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of controversy in this, in that snakes don't have external ears, and therefore the auditory nerve that connects external ear and inner ear and the brain now tracks down the spine, goes down the ribs and connects to the ventral scales. Those are the long scales in the belly.
Yes. Yeah.
Which means that technically they're not feeling vibration in the ground, they're hearing it.
Oh, okay.
But if you put your ear on this table and I tap anywhere, you will hear it very clearly and very quickly.
Yes.
Sound travels well in a dense medium. but you lose directionality because you only hear it at point of transfer, so you can't determine where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And so a snake like this will hear by the increase of impetus of how fast this animal is coming, and they're saying this guy's coming at 4 k's an hour, I can do 50 meters an hour, I can't outrun this guy, so I'm going to hide.
Sure.
I'm going to hide and hope he doesn't see me.
Okay.
And then you stand on him just because you didn't see him.
Yes.
And the accident happens.
Yeah. Sure. Very interesting. Very.
Oh, I haven't made up my mind yet. You know, there's a number of animals I'd love to bring.
Okay.
Simply in a studio, you know, situation, it's not viable to bring. But I'm sure I'll bring something exciting.
Okay, that's awesome. The holidays are coming close. Is there any special events that you're hosting for kiddies and parents?
It's the normal, every visit at Ndlondlo is special.
Okay, perfect.
You get to go around. I had a group come in yesterday. Lady said, what's so special about this place? How many animals have you got out? I said, it's not the animals that are special, it's the people here that are special. Come for a tour and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And she went out saying, wow, I never expected that when I looked in here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's what it's all about.
That's great. Thank you for joining us, Neville. We'll see you next week.
Super.
Awesome. We'll see you after the ad break. Welcome back. I'm sitting and chatting with Marc from Fit24, who's here to tell us about this amazing challenge that they have running. Welcome, Marc. How are you doing?
Very well, thanks.
Awesome. Tell us about this challenge.
So it is obviously the inaugural one for Fit24. It's limited to all the KZN branches. And we're really looking to get into the lives of people that really want to transform. So it's not just a weight loss challenge, it's anything that you might want to change in life. So it's a total lifestyle transformation that takes place over 12 weeks. And we're really encouraging people to come on board and have a look and chat to us, put your entry through, and from there we'll obviously decide.
And what's the prize? What's the grand prize?
So what you firstly get is, over the 12 weeks, is you get a dedicated personal trainer that's going to be taking you through your whole 12-week journey and whatever your goals are. And at the end, it's a 50,000 Rand prizes, which obviously made up of different things.
Awesome. So to enter, do I need to be a certain weight or height, or is there any restrictions in terms of
Not at all.
physique?
What we are encouraging is obviously from a certain age. Going through a lifestyle transformation, any kind of process, it's not just about a physical. So it's obviously a mental a challenge, and that's something which a personal trainer and the people involved will take you through. So anyone, I'd say up from the age of 18 onwards, it doesn't have to be only weight loss. So whether you're wanting to lose 1 kg or 5 kgs, 40 kgs, whatever that means to you, all that you need to do is submit a 1-page motivational letter, as well as a full-length photo, and then you email it to fit24gyms.co.za, and we take the entries from there.
So tell us about the features of this program. What can people look forward to?
I think not just about the people entering the challenge, it's going to be trainer against trainer. So there's 12 different trainers from across KZN, obviously vying for the spot to take the person through to the winning episode, where they'll obviously be cut out from the top 3. So it's really what you put in as a trainer. It's what you're putting into your people, how you change them mentally, physically, emotionally. It's a massive, massive journey. Highlights is obviously going to be, it's not easy. So, you know, that's why people obviously join the gym in the beginning of the year and they fall off. So dig deep into the values, how you as a trainer can compete against someone else, how your people stick to the eating plan, the training program, We've got some sponsors coming aboard, which is very exciting, which we'll obviously release in the coming weeks. So I think it's really tough, you know. It's really easy to enter, but it's a tough mental game. So we're looking forward to obviously changing people's lives. Yeah.
That's great. I think it's a great opportunity for people to finally get onto being fit and obviously following a great eating plan, which is always difficult around this time in winter.
Sure.
It's always easy to grab a bunch of chocolate biscuits and coffee. Is the eating plan flexible?
So I think it's, again, against the trainer, and it's a lifestyle. So for, you know, fitness hasn't just become fitness in terms of walking into a gym and looking great. Specifically, you know, lockdown, COVID has hit us quite hard. So it's become more of a wholeness and wellness. So you need to really adapt it to your lifestyle. As a trainer or as a normal person, you need to know what's adaptable for you. Are you managing a large family? Are you a single person? Are you a couple? What is your lifestyle? Are you entertaining? So I think it's up to the person and the trainer to kind of work that down. And also, it's not easy just to jump onto a very hardcore, strict eating program if you haven't been used to it. So eating, funny enough, is 70% of the journey. 30% is training. But it's how you incorporate it and how you stick to it. At the end of the day, it's an accountability partner, and that's what the trainer is there for. So that person is obviously going to pick you up on the down days, keep you motivated, and if you get to your end goals, it's really up to you.
Great. Where can we find your gyms in KZN for those that are really keen to jump on board?
So definitely the one up here is Odyssey Mall. It's obviously Ballito. We've got Umhlanga, we've got Park Square, Durban North, Pietermaritzburg, Link Hills, which is in your waterfall side. We're hoping to wait for one to open in Westville, and that's it for now.
Awesome. Anything else you'd like to share with the viewers?
I'm really encouraging people to obviously enter. It's very simple, and it's not just about losing weight. It's really changing your lives. I've seen it myself. I'm going to be one of the trainers on board, so I'm really looking forward to getting someone and taking them through 12 weeks.
Thank you, Marc. It was great having you, and we look forward to all the results that you're going to get from your challenge.
Nice being back.
Awesome.
Fit24 and Ballito TV are proud to announce a new and exciting television series,
giving contestants the opportunity to lose weight and feel great with our Fit24 challenge.
We are looking for 12 contestants who are driven to achieve their weight loss goals and kickstart their new and improved healthy lifestyle within the guidance of their very own personal trainer provided by Fit24.
The finale will reveal the winner who made the biggest impact on their health and weight loss journey, walking away with a host of prizes valued at 50,000 Rand, along with a lifetime membership at Fit24 gyms.
To enter the Fit24 challenge, write a one-page motivation as to why we should choose you. Submit your motivation and a full-length photo of yourself at the closest Fit24 gyms club in your area, and you could be chosen for our very first season.
Entries close on the 25th of June 2022.
T's and C's apply. Please note that the Fit24 challenge is only permitted to entrants who reside within KZN.
We're back, and I'm sitting with Collette from the Ballito Pro. Collette, welcome to the show this morning. How are you doing?
Thank you very much for having me.
Ballito Pro, I know I'm not the only one who's going to be excited to hear that it's back again this year. Please tell the viewers out there what they can look forward to.
Okay, so we're particularly excited because it's back to an international event.
Yes.
So for the first time since 2019, we have the international athletes coming back.
Great.
And we will be rolling with the Challenger Series this year, which is an elevated level in terms of the competition. And the other very exciting thing from a sporting perspective is that we have women as well in the Challenger. Yeah. So we'll be receiving about 18 countries and 96 men and 64 women from these 18 countries together with all their coaches and their families. So a lot of internationals coming to the event. In addition to the sporting component, we'll have our festival back. And one of the things that we will have back this year are the music concerts, because we haven't had those either.
Yes.
Obviously, everything that we're going to be doing will be within the framework of whatever the COVID restrictions and management are. So, yeah, we're very excited about that.
Tell us about the campaign for this year.
So every year we have a campaign in terms of unpacking the event.
Okay.
And this year our campaign is called the Qadasi, which is celebration. in Zulu, so it's called the Celebration Campaign. And the reason why we've chosen celebration is because there's 3 elements that we'll be celebrating. The first thing will be international sporting event back. It's the first international surfing contest back in South Africa since 2019. And also the elevation of the contest. The second thing we'll be celebrating is our presenting sponsor is the O'Neill Group, and it's their 70th birthday.
Wow.
And if you know anything about surfing, the O'Neill Group, they made the first wetsuit. So there's a lot of history with that. And then the third thing that we're celebrating is just the opening up of the economy and opening up for local business to be able to be part of the event. So we used the Nguni cow as the theme and the symbol. And if you know that obviously the cow is a very celebrated animal in terms of rituals and celebrations. So this year it's all about celebration, and we're hoping that the whole town and the region will celebrate with us.
Definitely, it's perfect. I love the theme, and I love the fact that it's local. You know, there's a lot of people can resonate to the message and the whole theme in general. In terms of the dates and when people can start planning their trips and booking their flights and accommodation.
Yes, so I want to go one step back. So what's very relevant is that we're tying quite strongly into the King Shaka aspect, historical aspect. So that's how we're going to be promoting from a tourism perspective. We're just reminding everybody what we have from a tourism perspective in terms of the culture and historical relevance in that way. So the dates this year, we start off on the 29th of June and we go all the way through the 10th of July. And we will have the first 3, and I'll just talk about the surfing contest and I'll tell you about the elements of the festival. So the first 3 days will be the Ballito Pro Juniors. And then we will go into 1 day of a trials, because it's very hard for South Africans to get onto the international level of this competition. So we'll be having a trials where local South Africans, obviously the seeded ones, will be able to surf in it, and they'll win a wild card into the main event. That'll take place on the 2nd of July, and then the main surfing contest will start on the 3rd of July and go all the way through to the 10th.
Great.
And then in addition, the festival will be complementing that. So the festival will start on the 29th and go through to the 10th. Some of the big things to look out for, we'll still have our retail area. We'll have a lot of beach activations back. We'll have our skateboard competition activation on the 1st of July. Music concerts will be back between the 7th and the 8th. And I just encourage everyone to look at all the advertising, because a lot of the information will be coming out in the next 2 weeks. We're going to have some really nice South African artists back.
Great.
Still a little bit of a secret, but it's going to be advertised within the next week. And so those are the main elements that we'll be doing.
Sounds exciting, Collette, and I'm sure our viewers can't wait to get to the festival. Is there anything else that you'd like to highlight and share with our viewers at home?
Yes, I think what I'd like to do is first of all start off by saying thank you. And by saying thank you to first of all the Qadasi municipality, who are the license holders of this event, and who understand that an event like this is very, very important to drive economic development and tourism, and also job creation throughout the region. And then the second thing is I would like to thank the partners and people that are involved, whether it's a contribution of funding, sponsorship, or anything that makes the event happen. And lastly, the community of the region, because everybody gets behind the event, whether you're a local business or whether you're just living in the area. We find that everybody supports the event, and so it's a whole community that gets behind the Ballito Pro, and we're very, very grateful and thankful to everybody who take the opportunity to just be part of it.
Great. All the best, Collette, with the festival. Wishing you all the best of luck, and we hope that everyone comes out in numbers. And if, looking forward to the campaign as well.
Thank you very much. And I'd just like to direct everyone, for more information, they can go onto the social websites, the Ballito Pro, and then also on the website itself. So if you want updated information, it's on there, and you're able to get whatever's happening in the program of the festival, as well as the surf contest. This event is broadcast live, so it does have a live feed, so people can tune in at any time.
Thank you, Collette. I'll definitely be seeing you at the beach. We'll see you after the ad break.
At Austral Accounting, we are more than chocolate counters.
At Austral Accounting, we specialize in accounting,
taxation,
company secretarial services,
business advisory services, accounting cloud software,
full payroll administration to ensure full compliance.
And we service our clients in English, Afrikaans, and isiZulu.
Don't get caught with your hand in the chocolate jar when we can be your greatest asset.
Welcome back to all our supermodels in KZN. You might want to stay tuned to this one. I'm sitting and chatting to Paul from Mozambique Supermodels KZN. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
It's great to see you today. Can you tell us about the program that you have for our KZN models?
It is a contest based in KZN. It's a provincial contest for all the ladies between the ages of 17 and 30 that wants to gain a bit of experience in front of the cameras. You know, we've got some great professional participating photographers. And how the contest basically works is that we work in 2-week cycles.
All right.
So every 2 weeks there's a new theme, and those themes gets distributed to the models and the photographers. And the models and the photographers then has to collaborate in getting their images in. So they basically have got 10 days, a very flexible time period to get those photo shoots done. The model and the photographer will then sit and decide on the best picture that they've got of her, and the photographer will then submit that to us. Now that happens 6 times. We've got 6 different themes.
Wow.
So that ranges from urban photography, there's portrait photos, there are swimwear, action wear or active wear, and a couple of other very nice themes.
What are some of the prizes that they win or can stand a chance to win when they
Oh,
enter?
we've got some great prizes and benefits. Our winner will also receive skincare products for a year from Beauté Pacifique, and a vegan skincare products called Superfruit. That winner will also be appointed as the Superfruit vegan skincare ambassador for a full year. She will have free consultations, expert consultations on the use of that product. Then we've also got Fit 24 memberships up for grabs, you know. All the models will also have free access to Fit 24 gyms in KZN for the duration of the contest. So, you know, they only pay their entry fee. They don't have to pay the photographers. That's all taken care of. And so a single entry fee gives them access to a range of benefits.
All right, great. I suppose it's only for females. Males are not excluded.
Yeah, at this stage we're only doing females. You know, and I think it's also important to mention that it's a great opportunity for the girls to update their modeling portfolios. You don't have to be an expert or have experience. That is the purpose of the contest also, to get the ladies in front of the cameras and gain that type of experience, build their portfolios.
That's great. There's a link with Mozambique. Do you want to tell us about where that connection was?
Yes, they're actually the main event sponsor. Without them, we can't make this happen. It is an extremely administrative process to make sure all the models get in contact with the photographers. Everything happens every 2 weeks. Photos are submitted. We've got a professional voting app where these images will be uploaded to and shared on social media. So it is quite an intensive process to make everything happen, and with their generous support, they helped us to make it happen this year.
Great. How do we enter? Where do we find more information?
The website Supermodel KZN has got the details. It's got a list of the participating photographers. The entry forms are on there. And also please follow this competition on Facebook and Instagram.
All right. Great. When's the closing date? So our viewers out there are very much aware. So that
We're closing in about 10 days. You know, as soon as we've got all the entries in, all the ladies that would be interested in joining Fit24 for this 3-month period for free, that list will be sent to Fit24.
Great.
They will process that type of memberships, and at the same time, the models and photographers will be allocated, and we're getting going.
Paul, a competition of this magnitude definitely needs some sponsorship. Do you have any sponsors involved that you'd like to mention?
Yes, absolutely. So we've got Beauty Pacifique that I've mentioned. We've got Fit24. We've got Secrets Health and Beauty.
Okay.
We also have got Print and Frame in Hillcrest that will be doing lovely framed photos of the winners.
Great, yes, stunning.
But worth mentioning is that not only will the winner receive 12 months worth of skincare and consultations from Beauty Pacifique, this sponsor will also fly the winner down to Cape Town to shoot with a very famous videographer with the name Sean Young that specializes in bespoke videos regarding modeling.
Fantastic.
And that cost will all be covered, and I think that's a great prize as well.
Fantastic. Paul, all the best with your competition. Lovely to see you, and I hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. We'll see you after the ad break.
Welcome to our next episode of Under Construction with Chapman Building. Today we're talking about preventative maintenance, something that can save you a lot of money. So Jason's going to be sharing some ideas with us which we can all implement in our own homes, and hopefully at the end of the day not land up with huge bills and massive damage to our homes. Jason? Preventative maintenance.
Yes, preventative being the key word here, which means you have to do something before something happens, okay, which is hard for a lot of people to understand, especially when you've got to be spending money. But if you know that the money that you're spending now is going to save you a whole lot more money down the line if you do nothing, then it's probably worthwhile. So listen in, and we will share 4 main points with you. First of all, roofing. Roofing, if we start at the top of the house, if we don't look after our roof and the sensitive areas attached to the roof, then we're basically compromising everything that is in the area below the roof. So we're looking at finishes, we're looking at furnishings, we're looking at appliances and electronics and everything. So we should look after our roof. It's not just this big thing that's on top that might get blown off in a storm, you know. We got to look at the areas that we need to look at the roof are the valleys. These are a very common areas in this area with all the trees and the vegetation. they often get clogged up with leaves. Water then can't flow down them. They then spill over the valley and into the roof and then onto the ceilings below and cause all the water damage and all that. So obviously making sure that your valleys and gutters are clear at all times. Check it. If you've got trees around your house, you almost need to do it weekly. You know, maybe not this time of year but when it's summer, certainly there's a whole lot. And you know, we've got a lot of fig trees around, and they grow very quickly, and they'll follow the water course and they'll fill up a downpipe that's got a whole bunch of debris and other vegetation, and I've got about 6 little bonsais that I've been able to pull out of these gutters because they've been left for so long. So thanks for the gutter, thanks for the bonsais, but
Yes.
you know, yeah, pity about your gutter.
But also the gutters, if you don't do this preventative stuff,
Yeah.
your gutters are going to break, all of those sort of things. So
Yes.
it's vital.
Yeah, so it just aggravates the situation. If you leave debris in the gutter, the levels will then be offset. Your water will then not flow to the outlets, and you'll get spillage over a corner of a gutter or a midsection of a gutter where it shouldn't happen. So, yeah, they definitely areas. Also, you'll get double-story houses where you have, or split-level houses where you have a roof meeting a wall, and you've got some flashing that would go along that area. That's also an area that's sort of quite critical to look after. Again, with our environment, with the high salt content in our air, the high humidity and the high temperatures, it's a perfect combination for the deterioration of any acrylic product that we apply, and that would be one that would be used for the waterproof flashing along a roof and a wall junction, or a roof and a little parapet or something like that.
Right.
So definitely needs to look at it. It starts as a little drip, but then it'll get in the roof and probably run down and drip out 6 or 7 meters away from where it actually is getting in. So, but again, if you stay on top of it and you maintain it on a regular basis, you probably won't ever experience something like that. And again, when attending to preventative maintenance, because you're being proactive, you're putting yourself in a position where you can see if there are any other things that are going to be manifesting into an issue, or possibly are already an issue but haven't quite revealed themselves on the underside of the house. So, yeah, good thing to check your roof quite often.
Yeah, but when we're talking about, excuse me, checking roofs, we're not inviting everyone to climb up on a ladder and go onto their roof, rather to call you to come and check.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. No, again, I mean, there's a certain amount that you can do, that the layman can do. You know, it's common sense, although some people say that's not so common anymore. But it is. You know, there's a few things that are common sense. Keeping your valleys and gutters clear is very simple, and you know, sort of most garden executives would be able to execute. You know, so that's one, and obviously touching on the roof is the waterproofing. If you do have any exposed waterproofing systems, a lot of complexes and what have you, if there are exposed waterproofing systems specifically on roofs, they'll put stone cover or gravel or something like that, which aesthetically, you know, pleases the people that are looking onto it, but doesn't offer any benefit to the longevity of the product.
Oh,
It's
I wondered about this.
Yeah, it's constantly under a sort of layer of moisture, and yeah, the silt that builds up over time as well could end up blocking outlets and what have you. But look, it's always good just to check and make sure that flat waterproofing and certainly the waterproofing that goes up and over the parapets are not showing any signs of cracking or holes or any area where water might be able to ingress.
Coming up on our Chapman Building segment next week, we'll be continuing with today's topic.
I'm Pratisha Singh, and I'm excited to announce that I am one of Good Morning North Coast's co-anchors. The show is on Ballito TV and commences 1st of July. See you then between 6 and 7 a.m. Monday to Friday.
And there you have it. Thank you to our guests, viewers and sponsors. We'll be closing off with a music video. BTV wishes you a week full of success. We'll see you again on Friday.
4 uur die oggend, as die bed steeds kraak na al die oorlog, sukkel hy om te slaap, hy val deur die krake, hy val tot hy wegraak. Hy wil nie lag nie, want die oggend is koud, dit word nie verwag nie. Sy glimlach lyk oud, asof hy jonk is, as die koffie weer bitter broe. Maar daar's 'n rand van klip en silwer in die donker, as jy net weer kyk, en as jy wonder oor die woorde, sal ek oor jou skryf. My lege bene is die rede dat ek jou verwy. 100,000 sigarette brand in jou, as jy na sterre kyk, verloor jou hart en alles in, as jy na whisky ruik. Ek soek die kleur, maar ek vind seer as ek in jou oë kyk. Maar ek soek steeds na jou, ek kan net bid vir nou, tot my daar opraak. Ek het nog soveel vrae. Ja, ek sal veg vir jou, en als waarvoor jy wou, tot my daar uitloop. As jy jou siel verkoop, ek kan net bid vir nou. En ek kan net bid vir jou. Ek kan net bid vir nou. Ek kan net bid vir jou, tot my daar uitloop. As jy jou siel verkoop, ek kan net bid vir nou. Ek kan net bid vir jou, tot my daar uitloop. As jy jou siel verkoop, kan net bid vir nou. En ek kan net bid tot jou, en tot my daar opraak. En daar was nog soveel vrae.